Hey y'all, happy Thursday. Thank you for joining me for part 2 of Identity Crisis, Identity Balance. So yesterday I talked about those terms connected to some words of encouragement that I wanted to share. And then now today I am going a little bit deeper by giving a particular example of a label that's connected to me or associated with me. But before I go there, I have to say happy 20th Deltaversary to my line sisters. Y'all, we are celebrating our 20th birthday today. We crossed March 18th, 2001 on the campus of Dillard University in New Orleans, Louisiana through the Beta Gamma chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Say what? So I have been so blessed and fortunate to be a part of this amazing sisterhood. I am so excited about what my line sisters are doing. I'm so excited about the amazingness of the spaces that we are in. I look forward to when it's safe for us to gather together, that I will be able to hug each and every one of them. I will be able to enjoy time with them, seeing their beautiful families. Like, y'all, I'm excited. The pandemic has been super hard, but I'm grateful that we're taking, the steps that we're taking to be safe. But I am so looking forward to re-celebrations just across the board with all of my loved ones. And so I'm not going to get emotional. So in connection to labels, yesterday I shared that we shouldn't allow labels to confine us to spaces that minimize who we are and keep us in our comfort zones, that stop us from launching forward, moving forward in what we've been commissioned to do. Because each of us have our own dreams and goals that I believe we were born with. And we're connected to them, and we are fully realized, we are happy, we are peaceful, we are content, we are joyful when we are moving towards that particular goal and purpose that God has given each of us, right? And so with labels, we don't have to, like I said, allow them to negatively impact us and confine us and regulate us to a particular area or arena. And so an example I'll share is like I have on my Delta jacket, y'all. I'm going to show you a full picture of it so you can see me repping in it. But I remember a particular example I'll share, and it's connected to a label, before I say that, I remember one of my prophytes who is oh so very special to me. We have this beautiful bonding connection. She's my big sister beyond, Delta. She shared with me, she said, Jasmine, you're a Delta now, and you have to decide what type of Delta you're going to be, because people are going to associate you with that from here on out. And so as a sophomore at Dillard, I was like, okay, what kind of Delta do I want to be? I want to be a Delta known or identified as being a Christian, right? A lover of God, a servant of people. And I went with it. I was like, that's who I am at the core of me, because that's my identity. And this, my being a member of Delta Sigma Theta, is not a defining characteristic in the sense that my whole life has to adjust and adapt and change, and I have to, align with what a Delta is supposed to act like, and who says what that is, right? How can you say there's a cookie cutter way of being a Delta? What are you talking about, right? There's not a cookie cutter way of being a Delta or a member of any organization or Black Greek letter organization. We're all different. We all vary. And that's what the beauty of it is. And so when people say stuff like, you don't act like a Delta, or you don't act like, I'm like, what does that even mean? Variety is the spice of life. And if we all acted the same way, besides our being connected to an organization or to a church or to a group, it would be boring. I tell my students that all the time. If we all looked the same, acted the same, it would be boring. Diversity is beautiful. And so with that space, so yes, there are different sororities, right? There are different fraternities within the Panhellenic Council. But the focal point of what we do is service to humanity. We just chose to join different organizations, and that is truly okay, because at the heart of it, it's about educating, enlightening, and empowering, and using the network that we're involved with to have a constructive impact in the earthly realm. Not take these labels and situate ourselves as better than people, or otherizing ourselves, or using this exclusive space to make people feel like they're less than. Not all of us do that, but some of us do it, and it's really sad, because that's not the heart of what our founders were even talking about. It's not what they were talking about at all, right? Because we can think about the labels that they were dealing with in the early 1900s, when this country was segregated. And, the fact that R22 participated in the women's suffrage march, but they were at the back of the parade. But they kept moving forward. Oh, hold on, y'all. Don't make me get to Black Parade with Beyonce. But they were forging forward in spite of, for us to be where we are today. And so we pick up that mantle and forge forward at the vanguard of justice for all, right at the vanguard of international awareness, economic empowerment, political awareness and involvement, physical and mental health, right? Educational. Like, we're at the vanguard of that. We are, and that is awesome, and it's amazing, and the beauty and the variations of who we are. So we don't take those labels to say, to be confined. No, because we possess these constructive characteristics about ourselves before we became a member of any organization or group, right? And so that's what we take to it, and that's what makes the part of the body. We have different parts or different roles. That's what makes it work well, because we are gifted in different ways and have different skill sets and abilities. And so a funny story I'll share before I sign off here is, I remember we went to the lake. It was a cookout. And I think it must have been a joint cookout. And so typically what you're supposed to do when you see a member of a particular fraternity, because of our brother-sister connection, the fact that our founders got married, is you're supposed to hug. And, I didn't have a problem with that at all, but I gave side hugs, because my thing is like, this is my personal space. I don't know you, right? And so I remember, I was doing the side hug, and then one walked up on me, and I was like, turning my body to the side. He was like, "What? That ain't no hug. Give me a real hug." And he attempted, hear me, attempted to swipe my hand. I said, "No, I don't know you." And he was like, "Oh, you a fake Sarah." He was like, "Y'all Sarah's fake, she's cat." And my line sisters were like, which when you say cat, that's associated with being fake or not real. And so, y'all, I was just so cool, calm, and collected. Actually, my line sister stepped in and be like, "Yeah, no, man, just go ahead. Just go ahead." Because, y'all, I could have been in the space like, "Oh, my gosh, I'm not a real Delta now because I didn't give him a hug." First of all, I didn't draw my sorority to be connected in any shape, form, or capacity to you. Like, that was not on my brain, right? But do I respect the beautiful bond? I absolutely do. And as I respect it, you ought to as well. And so, first of all, before being a member of your fraternity, before my being a member of my sorority, I'm a lady, and you are supposed to be what, a gentleman? And so I just stayed in my space with it, bless his heart, and it was just a known thing. I don't care. Yeah, you hug that one from the side, do. Or you ain't got to hug me at all, right? You don't have to hug me at all. So those are actually two labels going on, because, and I did say this to him, I'm a lady before I'm anything. My definition of being a lady is my definition of being a lady. And so with that, you don't need to use the descriptor or the label, "Oh, she's a Delta, so that means I got to do this." Well, the basis of what you should have been doing was showing respect. Put respect on my name. Put respect on my Sarai's names. But y'all, we're not going to go there. And I mean, that was just one time. I can't recall it ever happening again. It was just with that one particular person. Bless his heart. And I wasn't embarrassed by the fact that he went and repeated that to people. What did it have to do with me? And so connecting it to it all, no matter what labels we have, what credentials we have, what titles we have, who we know, what we know, at the heart of it is, who are we really? Because when we strip all of that off, who and what is standing there? Who and what is looking back at us in the mirror, right? And I think about it like this. At the end of this life, when I have to account for my actions, is my creator going to be concerned about Delta, my degrees, the organizations I'm a part of, the groups I connect with? No. At the end of this life, none of that matters. What matters is what we do with those credentials, what we do with those titles, what we do with those offices, how we utilize those things to have a constructive impact in the earthly realm. Yeah. So thank you all for sharing with me. I hope that this added a little sunshine to your lunch break. Y'all, I'm hungry myself, and I'm looking forward to celebrating with my line sisters later. Hey, so y'all be well, take care, stay safe, and make sure you tune in next Wednesday at 1:11 Central Standard Time to my podcast, To My Millennial 29 Cents. It's available across the podcast platform or sphere. I'm going to talk about my definition of high value, that ongoing conversation that we're having. So tune in, and I'll talk with y'all later.